I don't say Schilling is innocent, and I don't say he's guilty. I deal only in facts, Counselor, and you know that.
It's those facts I'm talking about. From what I've heard, they're not conclusive.
From what I know, they are. It's all there in the report. The nurse, Mrs. Warren, heard the argument between Schilling and Floyd Lawrence, and she heard Schilling threaten to kill him.
Did you find a gun?
Yes, it was in Schilling's hand when Mrs. Warren found him. Claimed it was tossed in the door after the shot.
What about the scandal Lawrence was going to publish about Mrs. Schilling?
I checked into it. No truth to it.
Then what's Schilling's motive for killing Lawrence?
Oh, I think he had plenty of motive, besides a sudden burst of anger. You know, things like this hit the headlines fast. Only nobody bothered to turn to page 10 the next day and find out it was nothing but a pack of lies.
You think that Schilling felt that the accusation, true or false, could have put him and Mrs. Schilling in a bad light with the public?
Don't you?
Could be, except for one thing.
What's that?
To get to the Schilling house, a person would have to have transportation or take about a 2-mile walk. According to this report, there was no car.
You're not going to fool me on that one, Counselor. If somebody drove him there, where is that person? No. I'll settle for Floyd Lawrence having walked to the scene of the crime.
When's the hearing?
Oh, well, it hasn't been set yet. I've got a couple of loose ends to tie up.
You sure do.
A lot of people he knew that I don't.
Just give me the ones that you know. It's worth a try, isn't it?
Oh,
I think we've got a bite, Lieutenant.
really? What's all this?
List of the people that Aaron Schilling and Floyd Lawrence knew. A respected man in public office and a small-time crook. People that met once in their lives. Hardly possible they travel in the same circles.
All right, Herb, what's the point?
The point is that Schilling and Lawrence did have something in common. A mutual acquaintance. Only one name appears on both of these lists. Fred Callan. I found Callan's name in one of Lawrence's suits. And his address.
You know this person?
No, but I'm going to ask Schilling.
All right, I'll check in the file, see what we have on him. Let me know what Schilling has to say.
Right. Stop.
Weston. Oh, hello, Counselor. How'd you make out?
Callan disclaims all knowledge of Lawrence, but I'm sure he's lying. In the first place, he almost jumped out of his skin when I mentioned Lawrence's name. Then I called him Lloyd Lawrence. But when Callan mentioned Lawrence's name later, he used his right name, Floyd.
Now, listen, Herb, I've got something for you, too. There's a couple of big-time hoods in town by the name of Mark Havens and Hatcheck Smith. They got records as long as your arm. They're loaded with money, and they're trying to crash into legitimate business. One of their most frequent visitors recently has been none other than our friend, Mr. Callan.
Beginning to look like a cozy little setup. Could be that no local bank would finance it, even with a big bit in his pocket. But the chances are that Havens and Smith could, and will.
All right, get up. All right, get out of there with your hands up. Put them on the side of the car. Frisk them.
Officer, I demand you arrest this man. He's trying to blackmail us.
Really? Yes, I'll bet he was.
I didn't think you'd ever get here.
Well, 5 minutes, Counselor. 5 minutes from the time your car stopped. That was the deal.
This is high-handed treatment, officer. You're making a bad mistake.
No mistake this time, Havens. We just got a call from headquarters. Callan's walked in there and signed a full confession. He admitted driving Floyd Lawrence to Schilling's place, and he swears that you, Smith, fired the shot that killed him.
We wish to consult our attorney.
Really? Well, that's your right.
Officer, I'm a curious man. I'd like to ask one question.
Sure, go ahead.
How'd you find it?
Show him, Herb.
This little device is known as an oscillator. It sent out radio signals to the squad car. So although Lieutenant Weston was never in sight, he was never more than 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
He was never more than 5 minutes away. But between us, it was a long 5 minutes.